Once upon a time, in a quiet village in California, there lived a young man named Declan. Declan was known by everyone for being lazy and not having much drive. He often wasted time and kept putting off things that needed to be done. His family and friends kept reminding him to stop wasting time and do something meaningful with his life. But Declan didn't listen. He didn't understand how important time really was. One bright sunny morning, an old man named Mr. Harris came to the village. People said he was very wise and helped others find answers to their problems. Word got around fast, and soon Declan heard about Mr. Harris too. Curious, he decided to meet the old man and ask for advice. Declan walked over to a big oak tree where Mr. Harris was sitting. He bowed politely and said, "Sir, I've heard you are wise. Can you help me understand how to live a better life?" Mr. Harris smiled gently. He could tell Declan was lost, but willing to learn. He reached into his bag and took out an hourglass. Placing it in Declan's hands, he said, "This hourglass stands for time. Every grain of sand inside it is a moment of your life." Declan looked at the hourglass carefully, holding it with both hands. It felt heavier than he expected, almost like it carried a message. Mr. Harris continued, "I want you to imagine that every grain of sand falling through this hourglass is a moment you waste. Every time you delay something or ignore what matters, that time is gone forever." Declan began to realize the truth in those words. He stood quietly, listening closely. "Time is one of the most valuable things we have," Mr. Harris said. "It doesn't stop for anyone. Once it's gone, you can't get it back. If you keep throwing it away, one day you'll look back and wish you had used it better." Declan asked, "But how do I change? How can I start making my time count?" Mr. Harris smiled again and replied, "You start small, set goals for yourself, figure out what matters most and focus on that. Break your tasks into smaller parts and work on them one by one. Don't try to do everything at once. Just stay focused and make sure your time is being used in the right way." Declan took the advice seriously. He went home and started planning out his days. He set clear times for when he'd wake up, work, rest, and spend time with others. He stayed away from things that distracted him and began putting all his energy into one task at a time. Little by little, things began to change. After a few weeks, then months, Declan saw a big difference. He was finishing things he used to leave half done. He started working on dreams he'd long forgotten. He even found talents he didn't know he had. The people in the village were amazed by the change in Declan. They watched as the once lazy boy became hardworking and focused. But more than just working hard, Declan also learned to use his time with heart. He spent time with his family, talked to his friends more, and enjoyed simple moments. He now understood that time wasn't just about getting things done, it was also about being present with people you care about. Years passed, and Declan grew older. The village respected him for how far he had come and how wisely he had lived his life. He shared his story with the younger ones, encouraging them to value every second and make the most of their days. Declan's story spread beyond the village, inspiring many others to think about how they used their time. People began to see that time wasn't just something to pass, it was a gift that needed to be respected and used well. And so, the village continued to grow, touched by the wisdom of Mr. Harris and the life that Declan chose to live. A life built on the simple truth that time, once gone, never comes back.